What's up, y'all? It's itsAK97 back at you for another week of Makeup and Mental Health. It is episode 6 of our M&Ms. Yeah, we getting consistent. This week we are going to talk about something that I guess is a little uncomfortable to talk about. Manipulation. This isn't like how to spot when people are manipulating you. This is how to spot when you're being manipulative. Let's start with our temperature check. I'm at an 8 right now. I'm feeling pretty good. Y'all let me know in the comments. How you is? How you doing? What's going on? What's this week been like? Talk to me. Something I want to stress is that manipulation here is not an indictment, okay? It has a negative connotation. Yes, I'm aware of that. However, manipulation is just an adjective, and I'm going to describe it as behaviors used to control or influence another person's thoughts, feelings, or actions, usually through deceptive or indirect means, right? And it is to achieve personal gain. At the end of the day, people are manipulating to get their needs met. Remember that people please because they're really just trying to get love. They're trying to get people to buy into them. Fear, insecurity, learned behavior. How many of us have families that, or I called it my blood relatives, but how many of us were born into families where there is no direct communication? The only way to get your needs met, the only way to communicate is to be passive aggressive, is to start walking around with an attitude, is to guilt trip and gaslight. That is how a lot of us are taught to communicate with one another. So it's no wonder why we end up falling into these patterns and kind of accepting that, or I won't even want to say accepting, but just incorporating it into our own modus operandi, if you will. The way that we move. Inspiration. So if y'all seen the price list, it dropped. It's here. It's y'all niggas been asking me how you get AK on the beat. Like it's here. Come talk to me. Collaborate. Let's work together. But not for free though. Love y'all, but we ain't giving away all of our talents for free anymore in 2025. And I encourage you to do the same. If you're a fellow creative and you want to work with me and barter, and I'm cool with that, right? However, I'm not doing freebies and favors no more. So you heard it here. Moving on to some of the forms of manipulation. So what does manipulation look like? In my experience, some of those things could include avoiding the truth, guilt tripping, gaslighting, playing the motherfucking victim, okay? I have ran into people that do that quite a bit. Withdrawing affection to get people to chase you, or the opposite, love bombing. I think that I've love bombed before. I low-key think I have, and I try to be wary of it because I know its implications, but shit. If we're being honest, and that's what we're here to do, right? I be insecure about my relationships with others. I be insecure that people don't really fuck with me, that I can't really be myself and be loved for who I really am, and be appreciated as a friend or a lover or whatever, just how I am. So you manipulate by showing people intense affection. So how do you recognize when you're being manipulative? We live in our bodies 24/7. So sometimes we might not be cognizant of how we're showing up to others. So let's go through some how to recognize. I broke it into 3 easy steps for you. First step, self-reflection. Ask yourself some tough questions, y'all. What are some tough questions that you can ask yourself to call awareness to your manipulative patterns? If you can name it, you can change it. Thought that was a bar. But the second step would be recognizing those patterns, right? Part of that pattern recognition is going to be step 3, which is recognizing your triggers. In what emotional states or situations do you find yourself being more manipulative? So some of those triggers could be feeling ignored, feeling vulnerable. Once you know what you're doing, that is when you have the responsibility of not doing it no more. So our last step, those were the steps to how to recognize, but you recognized it, you're here, we're self-aware, right? Now what do you do instead? Have you stopped being manipulative? In short, it is honest, direct communication. That is how you get over being manipulative. If you need something, ask for it. If you are upset, say so. Manipulation is really a crutch for avoiding difficult conversations sometimes. Also, I just want to throw it in there because I'm still doing my makeup and I'm gonna have to do my speed through in a second. I don't think manipulation is always bad. Walk with me. I'm a bad bitch, right? Y'all see it. So when I walk into a room and there's other baddies in a room, and I am not a woman, I'm non-binary finery. However, was socialized as a woman, and I show up in the world as one. Against my own will, right? Can't help how everyone else sees me. But sometimes when you walk into a room, like as women, you can probably relate to this experience. There is this competitive nature between women sometimes, especially when, specifically for conventionally attractive girls. Like I know that I've experienced that when there's other baddies in the room, I be getting me mugged, and I'm like, don't you want to kiss? But that's besides the point. When I run into that kind of energy, I manipulate the situation by going out of my way to compliment the baddie, to make sure I disarm her by letting her know that, you know, we're not in competition, like everything cool. That's manipulative because sometimes I don't really mean all of I don't no, I'm saying what it is. Sometimes I don't really mean the compliment. I do go out of my way to compliment people. I love showering people with compliments. But sometimes I wasn't thinking too hard about Shouty. But because I could see the way she looking and it looks like it could be an issue, I'm like, let me go ahead and find something nice to say about homegirl. So, you know, so we can ease up the tension in the room. I don't really got nothing else to say. If you follow the steps aforementioned, you can honestly access a life of healthier relationships, healthier communication, and it makes you feel better. It makes me feel better, at least, when I can just be upfront with how I'm feeling rather than feeling like I'm, you know, playing this little game to try to get my needs met. So I'm going to do my little speed through, and I'll be right back with y'all. Hey y'all, it's golden hour, so obviously not recording this the same time that I recorded the rest of this, but it's fine. I didn't like my outro before, so I'm doing it again in golden hour. I look even better. Yeah, I invite y'all to reflect in the comments about times in which you have been manipulative. We are clocking our own tea, baby. I told you my story. I have more. If you need more examples, it's okay. This is how we learn. This is how we get better. How do we clock our manipulation? How are we going to do better? What ways can we ease the discomfort of just being honest? Right? Let's start a dialogue. Let's get to talking. And that's all I can say. Be kind to yourselves and don't take nobody's shit, including your own. Talk to y'all niggas next week. Bye.